Anyway, what's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and welcome to a special late night edition of LA Sports Live. If you guys come to the video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, if you just found the brother, go ahead and subscribe. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every day when we drop new videos here on YouTube. We've had a little bit of Lakers news today. Well, actually, uh, was yesterday. We had a little bit of Laker news. Let's see. Yeah, we had a little bit of Laker news, man. Jeanie came on out and did an interview and stated that the team is not done. They're not finished making moves in this off season. Of course, she didn't give any specifics because she can't, because, um, obviously, the thought is deals are pending at the moment. So, she doesn't want to jinx them, and definitely if they're all talking about trades, she doesn't want to, she can't talk about other players who might be under contract with other teams. So, she has to be pretty much tight lipped with that and can't really go into any details. So that was good. That was good to hear. The off season kind of lost a little steam, kind of lost a little momentum. So she came on out and gave her 2 cents. And like I said before, when we were out there at Summer League, the vibe was definitely there. Okay. One thing for certain, two things for sure. The vibe was definitely there in Las Vegas. There was a lot of, man, this is one of those situations where you got to be out there for like an extended amount of time because there were so many people in Las Vegas, either directly or indirectly associated with the NBA and the Summer League. Players, coaches, um, uh, management from teams, not only professional but like college. I saw several college um, players and coaches out there, even going down to high school. It's just, man, it's just kind of like the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas is just kind of like a Mecca retreat or something, because hell, man, I mean, what else you got to do in the summer? If you have a love for the game of basketball, what else? What else do you have to do? What more can you ask for than NBA? Fringe NBA talent playing in games. All week for 2 or 3 weeks. You will have some players that actually play in these games who do have NBA experience, and you have players playing these games who will be possible all-star or superstar players in the future. man, it's just, you know, anything's liable to happen. You liable to see anybody out there, man. We even see an old dumbass Clipper Darrell. I mean, he came through the other night when the Lakers put the smack down on the LA Clippers. So you never know who you're gonna see. Let's see, we saw Kurt Rambis out there. We saw the Lakers' new head coach Darvin Ham out there. Um, THT Taylor Horn Tucker was out there. We saw Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was sitting there on the front row, watching his son play for the Lakers, man. So you're liable to see anything. And let me tell you something else, guys, about if you happen to go to the summer league. The games are going all day. So once you buy one ticket, you could pretty much sit in the arena the whole day, right? You could pretty much, if they got about 3 or 4 games a day, you can pretty much sit in the arena all day and just watch these games. And there are no assigned seats. It's pretty much first come, first serve. So now I don't know about those seats on the sideline, but pretty much once you pay your money or whatever, um, it's you do your own thing. So you pretty much can sit anywhere you want in the arena, and you can stay there all day. And they do allow in and outs, so you don't have to. Once you buy the ticket, you don't necessarily have to stay in. You could go out, get some fresh air, stretch your legs, go out and grab a bite to eat or whatever, go out and hit a casino or whatever, go out and hit something else. Well, whatever you want to do. Then come back. They give you a little wristband, and you come back and continue chilling, continue watching the games. So that was pretty cool. So it was a pretty cool experience. So you guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. We already talked about Jeanie. She's it's interesting to see her approach this off season. Like pretty much since this off season started, she's been pretty active in the media, whether it be social media, whether it be her calling her contacts with the local newspapers. The first thing she did was she called Bill Plaschke with the LA Times and did a sit down interview. It kind of let her feelings be known on, the whole season last year and her expectations and how they weren't met, and how she definitely wasn't satisfied on how things turned out. Um, one thing I'll say about her, man. Now that I know she's under fire and getting a lot of criticism, but I really truly think that she had a she had a she had a strategic game plan for this off season because look, a lot of people forget, man. A lot of people forget. Jeannie's been in this game a long time, and even though the TV show Winning Time is not, it's not 100% accurate, but the part I'm talking about is Jeannie has been in the business, floating around either directly, indirectly, or on the peripheral. She's been around a long time, man. She's been around in the mix, either directly or indirectly, most of all, longer than any of these players who are playing today been alive. Okay, longer than these guys have been alive. So for a Yahoo fan to just jump on, um, Laker chat lines or Laker Facebook groups, and to talk bad about her, and to kind of question her business and basketball acumen. I mean, you guys are. She's forgotten more about this game. You know what I'm saying? She's forgotten more about it than a lot of guys who are out here running their mouth talking about she needs to sell the team and do this and do that and do this and do that. And I think after what happened, like, in some respects, last season that was terrible, horrible, horrendous. Um, Shit, we can all agree on that. We can all agree on that. But when something bad happens, there's always can be some good that comes out of it. And I think what happened is it was kind of a wake up call for Jeanie. I think she kind of realized that she needs to get more actively involved in certain things, and also she has to get more actively involved, and she has to utilize certain tools that she has, man, because like I said, she's been doing this for a long time, been in the mix a long time, and she has created and developed a lot of different relationships, powerful relationships with media, with you know paper and print media. Um, she's really good friends with a lot of some of her fellow owners and governors. I mean, I don't know if you guys know me, but she's really good friends with Mark Cuban, and actually, she kind of, she kind of garners a lot of respect because she's one of the longest tenured. She's one of the longest tenured owners or governor, whatever you want to call it, in the league, and I think she kind of wields a lot of respect. But when certain things happen, and the media kind of spins it that the Lakers, are kind of looked at as incompetent and all that other kind of, that's just trash. That's just trash generated by the media. But I do think that Jeannie, um, she has her ear to the streets. She hears what's going on, and when there's a lot of negativity surrounding the Lakers, when there's a lot of BS talk about the Lakers in the media, she doesn't like it. And then I think she quickly figured out that, look, hey man, I need to address this. I need to get more hands on, and I need to get this ship straightened up and put back in the right direction. So she got more aggressive. She got more aggressive publicly. She got more aggressive in the media. And so far, I mean, the jury's still out for the Lakers off season. I think they did really well. Honestly, I think they did really well with the hiring of Darvin Ham. Um, they allowed him to fill out his coaching staff the way he wanted to. There was no interruption by the Lakers, and no telling him who to put on his staff and who not to put on his staff. He did utilize a couple. Well, let's see. No, really, he only used one coach from the previous staff, which is he utilized Phil Handy. Phil Handy's hanging around, but I think overall, I think they heading in the right direction. And then as far as the guys they signed in the offseason, they just did a complete 180, a complete about face. No more old folks home. No more old folks home, man. They went strictly with younger players, um, more of athletic, faster players to fill out the bench. But I think the real work is yet to come, man. That's what I think. The real work is yet to come, and I think that's what she was alluding to um, in this latest. Who was she talking to in this interview? Mm, I don't know. I don't know who she was talking to, but anyway, in this latest interview, I think that's what she was alluding to, man. The Lakers, I got a couple trades. I think they got at least one trade lined up that hopefully will be a difference maker. Um, because really, I mean, if you just look at the pieces that they have, the pieces that they added to the bench, the pieces they added to the roster, you know, to me, it's no difference than last year. The only difference is These players are, much more younger, much more athletic than what we had filling out our bench and the free agents that we acquired last offseason. That's about it. Um, these players that they have assembled, I mean, I can't really tell you if they're any better. If they're any better than what we had last season, but the only thing I can tell you for sure, they're younger, more athletic. They'll probably be more scrappier. I think they'll be better defensively, and that's about it. That's the only thing we could say for sure. As it stands right now, I think I heard some earlier yesterday. Um, if you look at all the guys that they signed combined with the other players that they already had on the roster, this will not be a good shooting team. This will not be a good 3-point shooting team at all. It will not. As the roster is currently constituted, it will not. It will not be good. The numbers just don't support it. So that's why I think the real moving and shaking, the real things that are going to happen to actually move the needle will happen via these trades. Now, either like I said, will it be just one big trade, or it will be a couple trades? We've heard so many different scenarios, but that's where the moves are going to be made. That's going to make or break the Lakers. Yeah, that's what's going to make or break the Lakers this season, man. Not these bench players that they're acquiring, not the bench players, but the players that will be acquired in this trade. At the very least, let's just say we move Russ, but at the very least, whoever we move for Russ, with the size of his contract, is going to be at least 2 to 3 players. So it's going to be very crucial that these 2 players that the Lakers, let's just say it's 2 players, right? Let's say if it's when we trade Russ, it, we got to get at least 2 starters back. So in this scenario here, if we trade Russ, and of course we know the rumors are that Russ will be traded for Kyrie Irving. Okay, so Kyrie Irving will be a starter. Now, let's say more than likely Joe Harris or um, Seth Curry will come along in a deal. Okay, that will be so. If it's Seth, he will, more than likely be a starter. And then, so if you insert those 2 guys into the Lakers starting lineup, and I don't even like doing lineups and stuff because the roster's not complete and we don't know what the deal's going to be. But let's just say hypothetically, if you if that's the deal, and forget about all the draft compensation, we won't have to worry about that in this scenario. But if you add Seth Curry, Kyrie Irving with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and just pick a center. Well, I'll pick Damian Jones. That's a decent lineup. That's a decent lineup, and then you would immediately, right off the bat, your shooting is better because you're bringing in 2 guys who are going to start, who can shoot, Curry and Kyrie. Um, And if you hear the rumors that have been going on about, Indiana trade, or this trade, or that trade, or Pat Beverly, all this other kind of stuff, those will be the difference makers. Those will be the players that's, going to move the needle and kind of determine what type of, the season ultimately the Lakers will have, man. Not, not, not these other guys, not Thomas Bryant, not the kid from Chicago that they picked up, um, not JTA. Although I think JTA is going to be he's going to be a solid rotational piece. Juan Toscano Anderson, I think he'll be a solid rotational piece for the Lakers. But my whole point is, man, these are not the guys who are gonna move the needle, um, and get the Lakers to where they want to be, which is to get back in the playoffs. We don't have to be, we don't have to be the number one or number two team or nothing like that. I would like to just see the Lakers finish in the top four. We can be number four; it doesn't matter, because if we finish the top four, that means we'll at least have we'll start off with home court advantage in the playoffs. Um, so that's the deal with that. That's the outlook on that. Um, I'm hoping that we still got a little bit of time, and we still got several months before preseason starts. But the whole key to this whole thing, man, is for the Lakers to get this Kyrie deal done, for Kyrie to get back down here in LA, get to the gym, get in the gym with LeBron James, get back on the court with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and start building that camaraderie right away. And undoubtedly, once, we still got a long ways before to fast forward to this, but undoubtedly, once this team finally is, the roster is finally constructed, I know LeBron and Anthony Davis, they'll take the team to Vegas for kind of a, team bonding thing, and and then they'll get it started, man. Then the hard work will begin with building chemistry and camaraderie, and then the Lakers will make their pursuit to go back to the top. You guys saw in the thumbnail, or actually the title, or not in the thumbnail, but the title. But anyway, the Lakers had to kick Austin Reaves out of the damn training facility. I repeat, the Lakers, they had to kick Austin Reeves, one of their surprising rookies from last year. Um, nobody's going to sit here and say that Austin Reeves is going to be an all-star in this league or whatever. But he was just a young, gritty player, played decent defense, and he was able to he was able to take advantage of his opportunity he got the Lakers last season. But man, they had to kick his ass out of the training facility. And I told you guys earlier, if you've been watching, if you've been paying attention, uh, once the season was over with last season, the Lakers, they just played all the young players, and I believe they won a couple. Yeah, they won 2 games in a row, which was the first time they had won 2 games in a row in a few months. But anyhow, um, those young players, Stanley Johnson, Austin Reeves, and William Gabriel, they've been pretty much gym rats and pretty much hanging out at the Lakers headquarters in El Segundo. And that's the reason. That's the reason why the Lakers kicked Austin Reeves out, because they said he's been training so hard. He's put on weight. He's put on muscle. The Lakers basically told him, "Look, your ass need to go take a vacation. You need to go sit down somewhere. You've been working too hard. Take a break, man. This summer, you're gonna be worn out. Shit, before training camp starts." So, Austin, what I heard is Austin didn't, he didn't take too well to it. He took one day off and then he came right back. So, hey, it is what it is. But I'll say this, and by the way, guys, now I don't know if this was a mistake by the Lakers, or it's just kind of the way that they planned it. But um, this upcoming season, we have no idea how this is going to play out, none whatsoever. But Austin Reeves is only signed to a 2-year deal. So if he, like I said before, if he has some type of season next season and kind of builds upon the success he enjoyed last season, he's going to be a free agent. Is going to be a free agent, and then the Lakers may be in another situation like they had with THT or Alex Caruso, where they'll have to make a decision on a young player whether they're going to keep him around or play him, because you got to think he's gonna want and get a substantial raise. I mean, I'm not I'm not saying he's going to come back and average 13, 15 points a game next season. But let's say if he comes, if he just continues on his normal progression, he's gonna get a raise. I mean, he's only making like less than $2 million this season. So if he just has a decent season next season, and he continues to progress at the normal progression rate, he's going to be due for a raise. So that's something the Lakers are going to have to. They're going to have to be leery about and be cognizant about it. And it's just another decision the Lakers are going to have to make. Um, going into the next offseason. But we're a long ways away from that. But you know, nobody wants to get kicked out of the training facility. But if you're going to get kicked out of the training facility, it better be for only one reason. And the only reason could be is if you're spending too much time there. And basically, that's what the Lakers were saying about Austin Reaves. And that was that. So salute to Austin Reeves. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long, man. I just wanted to jump on here real quick. Um, shoot, I got another overnight shift here at the plant, so might as well just jump on and see what's going on. Um, we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Hopefully, we get some more Laker news, some more. Hopefully, we can get that deal done. I think we saw that we'll see the thing. We saw what happened with DeAndre Ayton today in the Phoenix Suns. Um, the Indiana Pacers took a shot at him, signed him to an offer sheet, but the Suns quickly came on in and matched the offer. And so, as of right now, at this minute, DeAndre Ayton will be staying with the Suns. But I just kind of think that deal. I just think that was just the first domino that fell. And then now I think now after that was cleared up, it took forever. But now I think that, like I said, other dominoes will start to fall, and we're going to get some kind of resolution to this Kyrie Irving trade, um, the situation with Donovan Mitchell, and also the situation with KD. I think some traction will start flowing. Teams are going to get tired. Um, we've been talking about this shit for weeks now. Um, Teams are going to get tired, about this dragging on and on and on. And I think they just going to go ahead, and make these deals happen. This is what I think. So, I think I'll say within the next week, I really think within the next week that we're going to see some resolution specifically to the Kevin Durant trade, and the Kyrie Irving trade, and specifically for Laker fans, I know the Kyrie Irving trade is the one that we're most that we're concerned about. So, I think those dominoes they'll start falling pretty soon, and it's going to be, hopefully me find some wood to knock on. Like most people are saying, hopefully that Kyrie deal really is a done deal. Hopefully it is. By all accounts, it is. But so I mean, we get Kyrie and either Seth or Joe Harris, great. But the thing that's really going to be interesting is how in the hell is this Kevin Durant thing going to play out, man? What team will Kevin Durant ultimately fall on? You know, the telephone lines are got to be going crazy, man. The telephone lines, the emails, the text messages have got to be going crazy. Hell, maybe half the teams in the league at least, or at least calling or texting Sean Marks to just see what the hell kind of deal could possibly be done. And I'm optimistic about it, but I just don't really think that the Nets are going to be able to get the kind of deal that they're looking for, because when we're talking about trading um the player, the caliber of Kevin Durant, you just usually don't get the kind of compensation that you want. And also, I think some teams I just think some of these teams are going to kind of play a little bit of hardball with this situation, given his age. I'm not knocking or anything about Kevin Durant, but I'm just saying, by the time his contract is going to be up, he's going to be 37, pushing 38. So I mean, we ain't talking about no spring chicken. So I'm just thinking that the Nets are going to kind of have to reevaluate stuff a little bit and probably accept a package, a little a little bit subpar, or not quite as superior as what they were originally thinking that they were going to get. But we're going to see. We're going to see what happens with that, guys. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this live stream here. I appreciate everybody coming through, everybody checking me out. Sitting in the middle of the night. I know you got, I don't know what else you got to do, but a lot of people spend some time here peeping me out. So I appreciate it. And when we get some more news on the Lakers, man, when we make that big Kyrie Irving trade, and when we make that big Buddy Hield trade, you're going to hear about it first here on LA Sports Live. I guarantee that's what's way it's going to be. But anyway, guys, it's your boy AC, LA Sports Live. I will rap with y'all later.